Well, Milifortic keeps releasing watches that I am interested in, and it is a brand that I like so much that I keep wanting to get them in my collection. And this new jump hour from them, well, I've now had it for a couple of weeks, and I can say after owning quite a few jump hours off Aliexpress that this one is not only my favorite, but it's by far the best made. Hello, you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I am talking about watches. And I'll be honest, I'm struggling to keep up with the Milifortic releases because there seems to be one after the other, but it is a brand that I always want to get hands on with because they are now firmly my favorite affordable watch brand on AliExpress. And each one that I've experienced has been fantastic, and albeit they are relatively affordable, they're just so well made and present so well that I want to share my experiences of these watches with you. So when they reached out to me and said, hey, we've got this new jump hour watch available, would you like to feature it on your channel? Well, I said yes. I'm always going to say yes to them, and I don't actually say yes to all the companies that do reach out to me, but Milifortic, they do get a yes from me. But because they did send this one out to me, you will see that there was a sponsored icon earlier in this video, and I'm going to leave a link to their AliExpress store. And when you do look at that AliExpress store, you're going to see that this particular jump hour comes out in a number of different variations, all of which are priced at 165 Australian dollars. They're called the R088, and there is a green variation, a black variation, and the one that I had to choose, which was the silver dial variation. I do particularly like silver dial, so that one does tend to attract me, but all of them, of course, are powered by the same movement, which is the Seagull ST17T automatic jump hour. They all have 100 meters of water resistance, and of course, sapphire crystals with lots of AR coating, which I know Milifortic does relatively well because, well, I've experienced lots of them. But let's have a little bit more of a closer look at this one and move across to my light box. So there is going to be quite a few overlaps with this Milifortic and other Milifortic watches that I've had, including the case, the bits and pieces, even the strap on this one, which I've said before is one of the better affordable straps that I've seen on watches that you can buy from AliExpress, so I'm happy that they've reused it. But the watch itself, well, that's actually something special. I've had so many jump hours now from AliExpress, and they've been great. There've been some detailed guilloche style dials, but none of them have ended up staying in my collection long. And if one was going to stay in my collection longer, it's going to be this one, and I think it's just the design choice. But starting with that sunburst silver dial, which that just gets me. I love a silver dial, but then it's broken up with that sub-second, also broken up with that jump hour window of the hour there. A very thin, very delicate hour hand though, which is interesting, and then some applied polished markers and numbers too. It has a screw down crown, hand winding, as well as automatic that you can't see. No ghost position because there's no date on this movement, but if we move this movement, you can see that it jumps through all the hours, which is quite nice. And with that very slender minute hand, it doesn't get in the way of that cool jump either, which is nice. And I think that's been actually one of the complaints that I've had about the other jump hour watches that I've had recently, is that the hand kind of gets in the way of that jump, which is a bit of a shame. What I do like about this one, although it has a very dressy feel to it, is the fact that it mixes brushing and polishing on the case, which softens it a little bit and makes it feel a little bit more dressy. Super simple case back, however, which I'm happy with. Unsigned crown, which I'm happy with. It is a brand that I think interchanges a few things. It has simple casebacks. It has straps that they reuse, parts that they reuse, maybe even cases that they reuse. But by doing so, they're able to put out really nice quality watches at a very reasonable price. And this one has to be one of my favorites that I've had from them. And I'm glad they've gone with these dimensions of this watch because it has a case of 38 millimeters or just under, a thickness of only 11 millimeters, a lug to lug of just under 46 millimeters, and a lug width of 20 millimeters. And it weighs in at exactly 65 grams. But wow, does it fit nicely onto my 17 centimeter wrist. Yeah, I like this one. if I was to recommend any jump hour watch that I've experienced thus far, this is the one that I would recommend. But I'd also recommend that you watch another one of my videos next.